Here we have a boombox with shortwave radio, FM radio, and AM radio, also with Bluetooth functions. This is one of many clone boomboxes all over Amazon, and one of their highlight features is having a USB and SD card slot for transferring your old cassette tapes to digital form with a USB or an SD card. However, these devices produce mediocre quality recordings, as I'm going to show you in today's video. First of all, let's talk about the cassette feature. It can record to tapes. In fact, I have a blank tape here and we're going to do some test recordings. And it can also play back tapes, obviously. So let's do both. I'll start with the soundtrack for Flashdance, and we're going to play it back and see how it sounds. Just load it in with the side you want facing forward, and stick it in. Press play. And turn up the volume, because it's slow. Obviously, I can't play more than a few seconds for this, or I'm going to get a copyright strike. So, let's just be careful about this. It does sound like it's playing a little fast, but I don't really care. You gotta deal with it. Next, let's try recording to a USB stick, which is the main feature of this boombox. Let's just put the USB in, and that did not give a very satisfying click. Just press play up here, and record down here. And the light is going to come on. And the light inside the phone. This is kind of creepy. Oh, I forgot about the copyright strike thing. Okay. No. I think that worked. There's no, screen or anything, so I can't really tell. Let's try the SD card. Alright, let's see if how they sound and if they work. I'm going to start with the recording I did onto the USB stick. I hate that I have to deal with copyright strikes. Well, that's not good. The audio recording didn't... That's not good. It didn't record to the SD card. So, that's a problem. It's not like the write protection notch is on. One other thing we can do is record to a cassette tape with this thing. And the audio input can be Bluetooth. So I'm going to test by playing something off of my iPad and recording it to a cassette tape, and then I'm going to play it through the speakers and then try the USB thing again. Alright, let's test this. What am I doing? This is a test of the audio that I'm going to record to cassette tape. How awesome! Alright, I just gotta play it back and connect to the boombox. You just gotta load the cassette in and then switch to Bluetooth mode. It's already connected. I forgot I did this before. Alright, let's test it. I'm just going to record. Oops. Alright, it's recording now, and... to record to cassette tape. How awesome! I don't think that worked. Let's try again. This is a test of the audio that I'm going to record to cassette tape. How awesome! Well, that time it definitely worked. This time I'm going to use some of my own music so that I don't get copyrighted. Because I want to try music out and see how it sounds. Let's start recording and play. I can play as much as I like. Interestingly, the light is flashing, and it usually does when I record to a USB stick. Interesting. Oh, well, it is marked Bluetooth record / MP3 play, so that's fair. This recording is only like a minute long, so I'm going to record the whole thing. Alright, I'm done recording, so now we're going to play back from the beginning. It doesn't have auto stop on the rewind, which is, oh, it says it does, but it doesn't. It has an auto stop when it's playing. It doesn't when it's rewinding. Let's play. Ooh, noise.
To record to cassette tape. How awesome!
I was right about it not working.
This is a test of the audio that I'm going to record to cassette tape. How awesome!
It's very hissy. Ooh, that doesn't sound good at all. Well, if I wanted to make the audio any better, I don't think I could. If I want to make it worse, I could put it on the USB stick, though. Those audio recordings of me talking are, like, awful. Alright, well, let's start playing and recording to USB stick. Now let's see how bad it sounds. These Maxell UR90s sometimes aren't known for the best audio quality, so I'm also going to record the same stuff onto a Type 2 cassette that runs for 110 minutes. It's also a Maxell. I don't know if this is just because it's a Type 2 cassette, but like when I tried to rewind this to the beginning, I get all this noise. And that was in rewind. So I'm going to take a guess and say that this deck doesn't support Type 2 Chrome cassettes. I mean, the tape looks fine, so I'm not sure what's going on there. I'm just going to try one that has Christmas carols on it, because this is just a TDK D90, so. I'm taking a guess and saying that this was recorded on, like, a, off of a record player, on a very crackly record. Also, this doesn't have auto stop. So we can maybe fast forward. And it won't stop, so that's bad for the tape. Alright, we're at the beginning of the tape, so let's start recording, and I'm probably just gonna record some random stuff on here so I don't get copyright strikes. That was a stereo check, and it looks like these are mono speakers, so while it might look like this might be the left and this is the right, it's just playing mono audio. I'm going to check if we do get stereo audio on the cassette tape, though, so I'm going to do that right now.
All news and all that matters to you.
Philadelphia's afternoon news is on.
KYW News Radio.
This is KYW News Radio 1060, a CBS radio station serving Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Delaware.
If you don't want to listen to the music, you can skip to about 13 minutes and 30 seconds on the video. This is a test of
audio that I'm going to record to cassette tape. How awesome! To record to cassette tape. How awesome! This is a test of the audio that I'm going to record to cassette tape. How awesome!
So I realized that deck was awful, and I went out to buy a decent deck, so I got this Pioneer. There's the model number if you want it. I mean, at first it sounds fine, it just sounds really bad. Turn it up a little. I don't know if you can hear that, it's just really noisy. And then we get to the music. I mean, it sounds really slow, doesn't it? I mean, I'll try the other tape. Let me just take this one out. Put this one in. Benefit of having two decks. Start playing it. And again, this sounds slow.
Mix 107.3.
So not only was it recording bad quality cassette tapes, it was playing them at a slower speed that they should be playing. So just don't buy one of those and just buy a decent deck from like the 80s or 90s. I don't even want to try out the other features just because of how sour of an experience I've had with the cassette deck thing. So just go out and get yourself a decent deck that can play metal tapes without sounding like it's going to explode. I get all this noise. Bye, guys. So as an experiment, I went to go try. If you listen to this, and my speakers aren't on, I'm so prepared, guys.